say hello again, everybody on YouTube. I want to say hello to all of my viewers, okay, and people watching my videos. It's me, Wushu Richard. I want to thank you very much for watching everything you do. You know, I like to share all kinds of stuff with you, as you know, regarding martial arts mostly, okay. I share serious training videos on martial arts, just from what I know, you know, in the martial arts. I share my philosophy on life, you know, my thoughts, communication-wise. I also make my fun little movies and fun videos, okay? My raps too, and the music I do for fun. So everything I'm doing, I just hope you enjoy, everybody, okay? Recently I've been making a lot of little movies, okay, and it's just something I like to do, so I will be continuing to make more movies and little short films. I really hope you're enjoying them. Now, this video, okay, this video is a video that was requested by my good brother and friend in the martial arts, Demsley, okay. Demsley has asked me to make this video, and hi bro, Dems. It's a bit later actually, because I've been busy doing other stuff, you know, crap, boring stuff in life, work and all the rest of it, but also making the movies, excuse me. So, you know, I've been making the movies and stuff recently, little films, but the good stuff. But it's like, yeah, Demsley asked me a good few days ago, since making this, to make a video talking about high kicks, yeah, high level kicking. You know, when you're talking about high kicks, we're talking about head level or higher. In the martial arts, we talk about different levels of kicking from different angles, and as you know, the low to the leg areas, to the feet, ankles, legs. Then you've got mid-section, which is the body, the waist and the body. Then you've got high section, which is the head or over, jumping up. But yeah, Demsley asked me about high kicking, and it's something funny because it's something that I've always liked, because I like all different kicks, and I'm the kind of person who believes that all martial arts techniques can work for you, like anything in life. It depends how you use it. It's how you use it, right? You can't just say what's useful or what's not. You know, it's like a gun or a fucking, excuse my language, you know, a washing machine, you know. It's how you use it, you know what I mean? So, when we're talking about the right or wrong way too, that can be also argued about. What's the right way, the wrong way, blah blah blah, and people argue their ideas like anything in life. But honestly, I'm talking about what can be used by you in what situation, the set of circumstances, reacting speed, regarding, you know, your fitness, the speed, the actual angle and the reactions of the other person or whatever, you know. It all depends. Now, Demsley has asked me about this high kicking. And as you know, if anybody's, you know, if you've been watching my deep talks and that, you all know me. I go fine. Well, I go to the absolute. I try to clean things out. In language, it's very hard, but I try to. Any point I speak on in the martial arts, or any, you know, aspect of the martial arts, I try to be as clear as possible and cover all areas, because there's an infinite number of questions with an infinite number of answers that could be given. But to me it's like this, without rambling guys, with high kicks, right, it's not something that I ever thought might happen in my life, that I'd have to use. But the funny thing, we'll be talking about it as such, but I used to do a lot of like kicking in kickboxing when I used to do kickboxing years ago, but it's been something that's stuck with me ever since my karate days up to the kung fu, the wushu, everything. Kicking, even now I've stretched to be flexible in my whole body, and to be pretty flexible and be able to do some high kicks. I do believe they have their use. Because the thing about high kicks, guys, some of the teachers I trained under, okay, in the past, and kung fu teachers and that, they would always put them down. And you might know that. I mean, I focus on a lot of like martial art, kung fu, like Wing Chun, for example, Yung Chun Chen, Wing Chun, okay. We don't talk about, you know, high kicks in Wing Chun usually, right? Or like some of these styles. It seems like too flashy, and you know, we always talk about going straight to the point, you know, It's been argued by various experts too. I mean, why would you punch somebody's foot? No. So why would you kick them in the head? But you know, it depends on a certain set of circumstances. People being trapped in one way of thinking. Your body should be able to flow. Now, in real Kung Fu, when the essence, let's say like Tai Chi, for example, Tai Chi, and you see like the Wudang like experts and people like that, you're talking about becoming the essence of Kung Fu, Wushu. It's the essence of yin and yang, okay, yin yang, and you're flowing so that your body, it doesn't matter what shape, you can go into almost unlimited shapes, the way you flow and express yourself. It's not like you're exerting yourself. In martial arts, you don't want to overuse your energy. You don't want to do necessarily big moves, slow, awkward moves and funny angles and waste time and waste energy exerting your energy. No way. In martial arts, you want to be simple, have simplicity, directness, and what works, and use the opponent's energy against them. But look, let's look at it. It's not to say is a punch useful, is a kick useful, or whatever. It depends on how that is applied. But that can only be applied from the physicality of the person training the art. Now, it might sound like I'm talking bullshit here, but believe me, because I'll go on again and again about Kung Fu if you want me to. I don't want to compare Kung Fu to other martial arts, but Kung Fu, I'm not mucking around, is absolutely refined when you're talking about flowing like water, exactly as Bruce said, being flowing like that. Other martial arts like kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, all this stuff, it's just literally that. You're standing in a fighting stance, punch, kick, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's just not, it's just exertion of energy anyway. I'm not trying to put it down. And of course there's skill. So all the martial arts and combative arts, I know that. But what I'm saying is, with Kung Fu styles especially, that's why I mentioned to you, Tai Chi, for example, Tai Chi and the Wudang styles especially. You're talking about being the flow, being right at the centre, really flowing your energy, so that you are literally, as Bruce even said, I'm not a massive fan of Bruce Lee, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying, that to be formless and shapeless. Now, I think a lot of people took that into their mind, like no way into their physical training. You see the people who train that in traditional Kung Fu and Tai Chi styles, I mean, you're not even going to see a lot of it, these days, but Sam, it's like, absolutely, you can flow in such a way that your body can flow like the wind, literally, just, I don't mean just standing in a fighting stance and you can throw your kicks out pretty fast, you feel the muscles in your body and all this. You watch me in my videos and I'm not the muscliest, toughest guy. I do want to get some more strength and do some more weights, light weights and that, but it's like, when you see me in my videos, like say my movies or any videos, it's very hot here in the south of China, okay, you must understand. I'm wearing a pair of shorts and I've got no top on. I'm not trying to show muscles, I'm not interested in your fucking, excuse my language, MMA and all this, and and show my body punch and kick you and grapple you down, I'm a big man, because I'm a skinny fucker anyway. What I'm saying, okay, is, your physique, in Kung Fu, your physique is different. You flow your body. I'm sure there's people out there in the world now who actually practice Kung Fu, these, fucking, excuse my language, these 18-year-old fucking tough guys who go around smoking and drinking and, and how tough they are. I'm saying, for example, there's people out there in the world, who've probably done some martial arts, but they'll disagree with me, But what I'm saying, okay, is, when you're talking about purity going to the root, it's like the water, the tree, drinks up from the fucking sap, we call it from the root, it's the air in your body. It's being in tune with nature. Stretching, exercising your body, loosening up, meaning all your meat, your flesh, you just absolutely flow. I can't explain it. It's like, you must have a very flexible and very strong body that's, you can balance the hard and the soft essences. And as I'm saying that, the way you deliver a kick, so Dempsey's asking me about higher kicks. When I say you deliver a high kick, and I say be like the wind, or be like water or like the wind, fluid, You can see people in the MMA, you can see people in Muay Thai or whatever, or even in like Kyokushin karate matches, or even Taekwondo. Look at the speed of those guys, and Hapkido. But I'm just saying, that's more like what I'm talking about. If you say like really good like Taekwondo or Hapkido. But when you're talking about other styles which do focus on kicking, let's say Muay Thai for example, or certain styles of kickboxing, MMA, various kicks you might find in like army training too, like the bloody Navy SEALs or whatever, you know. You will find that there's not a lot of like kicking up high because they want to be careful with that, and it's used sparingly. And when they do, all you see is the power to live it, the muscle and that. I'm not talking about that, you know what I mean? I'm talking about something different. When you see someone who's like a Tai Chi practitioner, let's say, or a real good like a Kung Fu practitioner, the attacks and the defences and the flow of their body, their shape, the way they mould and flow themselves. Have you seen the way Jackie Chan moves, for example, yeah? Let's say, for example, the way Jackie Chan moves in some of his movies, in some of his fight choreography. Now that's movie stuff. You see him rolling over, flipping underneath, the kick comes out from somewhere, he rolls through a small hole in the wall or something, jumps under that, drops that, throws something, so he just flying past the screen. And it's like, you say, well that's pretty, you know, wow to watch, it's like fight choreography. But did you see for that split second, the way that he was just absolutely, the way his body flowed in that second, in that split second? Next time you watch a Jackie Chan fight, you're not going to see a lot of it in today's movies, sadly. But go back and take a piece of that, and don't just watch the fight and see your wins all over the park. Go back and then study a few parts of that. Just take any part and watch and think about it. Is that the way you train your body? No, okay. You don't believe that that's real fighting? No, okay? So you believe in MMA and all this, yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to fight like that in real life and all this shit, yeah, fair enough. We're not talking about theatrical fucking performance and all that, you know, you pick up a broom, spin around and you beat 50 guys with a few moves. I'm not saying that like a movie. What I'm trying to say is the actual physicality of this guy. Now, he's doing it for the movies, fair enough. But also, he's not bullshitting around. He's trained his body to be in that fucking level. Your body can flow in such ways. Can you imagine how Jackie Chan could fight in a real fight? Can you imagine? With that ability, there's a car behind him, he just rolls over that car, you know, whatever the fuck. You know, the way he just moves. You know what I mean? Now, I'm a big fan of Tony Jaa, also the way Tony Jaa fights. Tony Jaa's a massive fan of Jackie Chan and Jet Li, who I've been fans of over the years. But it's like, when you watch like Tony Jaa, let's say, the thing with Tony Jaa is like, his fighting is hard fucking hitting, and his fighting is acrobatic, and he's got all the flows and the moves that so many moves you'd see like in a Jackie Chan film. He's got that style, he's got it to a T. But what I'm talking about is I'm not crossing movies with real life and you're trying to get confused now thinking I'm a dickhead. What I'm saying is, with Tony Jaa, he's still on that style, isn't he? He's like punching, kicking you, you're here and I'm fighting you as such. You know what I mean? He's like, you wouldn't necessarily fight like that in a real fight. What I'm saying, if you take a fight from a Jackie Chan film and then you take a fight from a Tony Jaa film, you say, well look at Tony Jaa's fighting, it's really hard hitting, that's brutal, that looks more like real fighting, you know what I mean? But it's still showy, but like Jackie Chan is like very entertaining. Very showy, it's more so, but it's like you wouldn't fight like that in real life, you're thinking. But what I'm saying is I'm giving you the opposite. What I'm saying is when you take a fight scene from a Jackie Chan film, let's say, then you take a fight scene from a Tony Jaa film, look carefully at those moves. When Jackie Chan's right in the middle of the action, things flying all over him, things blasted out, they're right upon him, and he's flowing his body, the shape of his body. Have you seen? Well, you know, or watch, if you study carefully, you know, a Tai Chi style, you look at some of these Wu Tang, you know, Kung Fu experts, you study what I'm talking about, the actual flow of the way that body's moving, saying, that's more fucking deeper than you can imagine. It doesn't matter how well a fight looks on a film, how hard hitting, you know, like you might see like Tony Jaa, how epic he is, I know, or you might see in real life, a real fight in an MMA match, how much blood's being beaten out of someone, two guys beating blood at each other and wrestling to the ground, and how hard hitting. You've got to look, honestly, it's just big bags of muscle and meat. and they're just fucking out of shape in terms of kung fu. We're talking about real kung fu. What kung fu's talking about. These guys are all out of shape, for real. For fucking real. And how can I say they're all out of shape? They're in a different form of physicality. Fair enough. You go to like Muay Thai fighters. How can I say the Muay Thai fighters are out of shape? They're some of the most conditioned fighters in the fucking world. They train so damn hard. But compared to real kung fu, they're on a fucking level lower than fucking infant. I'm being serious. I'm not putting down Muay Thai fighters. I'm a fan of it, okay? Epic. Good. You train good. There's no way to be compared with kung fu. But I'm just saying, right? They're on infant fucking nursery, kindergarten with a level. In terms of fighting. It's just punching, kicking, elbows, knees, just standing there. And that's it. MMA, I just hate, for full stop, MMA. But the grappling, that is just so stupid shit. It's pure, our, Western, let's say, mentality back in the day, when Westerners, it was like, right, boxing and wrestling, just, boxing is good, but just like wrestling, grappling, and I'm not saying there's no skill in here, I'm saying grappling, exerting their energy and force upon another person. Got some skill in it, but that's what it mainly is though, they're grappling. And nowadays you've got MMA, when it is grappling, taking it to the ground, and it's just so fucking retarded, from my point of view. I'm not saying people that practice that, like, you're retarded, but you can tell me whatever you think. I think it's great. I'll probably turn around and say, you know what, you're right, it's really good, it's a good, but you know what I mean? For me, I'm saying I don't like it. I don't want to waste my energy doing that. So you might argue with me now and say, come on Richard, you're talking about Tony Jaa, you're talking about MMA. Why can't I get to the point and talk about these high kicks, yeah? Even high kicks are exerting energy, aren't they, and wasting time? Yeah, fair enough, it can be in certain situations. But what I'm trying to say to you is, okay, it's the way you apply a move. That's what we're talking about. We just so happen to be talking about high kicks. I'm answering Densley's request here about high kicks and how they're exerted. How many ways can you, fucking deliver any move? That's what I'm talking about. It's like a ball of electricity, and there's like a bolt of electricity that just shoots out from any angle on that ball. Or it's like a ball of water, you try to grab this ball and it flows around your hands, the water. No matter, or you try to grab this thing, it's like, you know what I mean, there's water all around it, So what I'm trying to say is, you're not just standing there facing someone front on and you just kick up into the head or just kick up high. You can be read off straight away. It's like any angle of punch or any angle of kick, it depends on the angle that it's delivered. The angle, and if it's like seen or how it can be, delivered so that it's unseen and can catch the opponent, or which angle. Now, I myself used a kick in self-defense, a high kick on the street, okay? Now, high kicks we're talking about straight to the head, right? But I didn't do anybody any serious damage, but I was lucky. Densley wants to know the story again. I was on the street, I was walking on the street. I'm not boasting about this, it could have been much worse. I could have been beaten up by a load of people or taken away. But it's like, there was a guy who was grabbing onto me. There was a guy in China, in northeast China, a strange man, and he came up to me and he grabbed my arm and he said, come with me. And I said, no, I shook his hand off. And he came back and he grabbed my hand and he said, come with me again. Anyway, I shook his hand, I shook his arm off, went into a nutty show, I kicked a tree, then I went back and I kicked him, I kicked him straight. I can't remember if it was once or two times, but I was in a basic fighting stance, and I roundhouse kicked him high, not straight to his head, it was towards his body. He put his arms up to kind of protect, and I was made in that fighting stance and kept my distance, and he backed off, and I was really lucky. I didn't want to turn my back because I thought he could come back or some other guys come out and attack me. There's people in the traffic, 2 cars around. I was outside at the time, broad daylight, a sunny day, very hot day. And I was going home, He was blocking my path and he wouldn't let me get past. So I didn't mean to do any serious harm, I was controlling it, but I was trying to get the guy a fucking way from me. And to be honest with you, it was my self-defense. It was the first time in my life I actually used self-defense in an attacking way. I've actually used it in defensive ways that I can talk about too in my life, but what happened was it did work, But it wasn't because of the actual attack that I'd done, I think the technique. And also it was delivered from a front face on, just there, and I delivered it like kickboxing, you know. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really, and it was in a kung fu stance, but it was, you know, it wasn't like, as such that the way that I applied it worked, and that, you know, I'm going to prove now that high kicks work as such. But what I'm saying is, if you're talking about real fighting, real using the techniques, and, you know, you don't want to damage people or whatever, so that's what I say, you know. If you're talking about infighting, as to say, throwing kicks, any attack shouldn't be able to be seen. And the reason we attack is the same reason we defend, and the reason for that is we don't want to hurt people, and we want to protect ourselves from being hurt at the end of the day and stop them. So if we have to throw an attack out, maybe you say there's no excuse sometimes, but if you do have to throw an attack out, you feel, you've got to make sure that that is shot out, the attack, and it does some good, preventing, you know, more harm done to whoever, okay? You know, you've got to hurt them a bit, whatever, fair enough, but it's like you kick. For example, a kick shouldn't be able to be seen the same way as a punch shouldn't be able to be read. You know, that's why boxers move around their body and they're kicking. But it's not only like the person's right in front of you, you can see them. It's like you've got to turn the lights off in the dark. The person can't see you, and you can see them. You've got infrared glasses, for example, you know, ninja style. It basically is. So what I'm saying is a kick will fucking work. Any technique will work for you in the right situations. But it's not with that mentality, as I'm saying. It comes from the mentality of the person wielding that. It comes from the actual root, the foundation of the martial arts. Your physicality, also as a fighter, and the way you move will be affected by your physicality. But your physicality and all of that flexibility, strength, the muscle in your body, and what muscle reactions and muscle memory, the way you move, feeling in your body will be totally different. The way you take a wrestler, you take a boxer, you take a Tai Chi fighter, you take, you know, anybody else, a freestyle, the way they move, the way they go into fighting stance they take, or karate, taekwondo, they will feel these lines around their body. They'll feel totally different. Someone who's really flexible in their body, they'll feel a certain flow. Someone who does a lot of Tai Chi will feel the balance, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're not saying you feel the flow or not a magic man dancing. I don't mean that. I'm saying the way you train your body, the physicality, it's like there's people like gymnasts and dancers you see in ice skating and dancers, you know. They're really flexible. Some of their bodies are really good, really balanced, really strong. But they didn't train any kung fu or such, any fighting arts, so they don't have the feeling of how to use that. They wouldn't know how to flow with their body. It's not a fighting style, you know what I'm saying? And you might say, well, I'm talking bullshit about this wushu and all this, and kung fu films and all this, and flowing your body, jump up, flash kick, and all spinning and rolling around. Oh, that's not real, man. When two people get it on, man, we get it on the street. You know, World Star. I watch a lot of that, and I know all about that. Street fights, how fucking brutal they can get. You know, it's like this thing I saw online. There's some videos and stuff. Was it? And no offence and that, there's like videos and stuff online about like 5 ways to you know, get rid of your fear of fighting. I said, I don't need that really. I've got one way to kill the fear of fighting. Don't fucking do it, you bitch ass banner twister, you know what I'm saying? Don't avoid fights, full stop. But it's like, if you are in a fight, you've got a problem. That's why the ninja would avoid fights. A true kung fu master wouldn't always be in the middle of a fight, as I'm saying. He's like, you're the best at avoiding it, getting the job done, and if it just so happened to be that your enemy was upon you, and the ninjas got caught in the castle late at night and they were surrounded, then they would have to fight or use their weapons, you know what I'm saying? If they lost their weapon, then they have to use bare hands, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you see what I'm saying? So, things should be easy, go straight to the point. But they're only as easy as flexible as you are, as fucking well trained and well versed you are. You know what I mean? It's like if you can speak every language in the world, then you can understand every language in the world. You don't need to speak, you can just hear, and you know what little bits to use in the right places, right? But if you didn't study those languages, then you you can't speak them, you won't understand what people are saying. So it's the same with the martial arts. If you don't train that, you say, fuck that, man, I just do my kicking and punching, kickboxing, then you don't know the beauty, of Kung Fu. The problem is, though, people looking at a thin book or a thick book or this book or that book, and they're saying, that one's obviously better, you can't say there's more in this one, actually they're both the same, or what's more in this, what's less in that, that's just your opinion, blah, blah, blah. Nobody can tell you, is what I'm saying. You've got to look at something if you want to. If you're not interested, you don't want to, you never fucking know. And there's nothing wrong with that, you are who you are, everybody's different. But it's like, if you really take a subject, you look at it, and you study it, and you practice what it is, and study and live some of that, the life experience of yourself, or try and develop something in yourself, and then you learn, then you have something to talk about more so, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, it's like if you study, from my experience, if you study a Kung Fu. Now I'm not an MMA fighter, I'm not like MMA or this or that, or professional boxer. But let's say, for example, I'm not comparing to anybody in the world. There's people better than me, worse than me, whoever, men or women. But I'm saying, I've studied kickboxing, hard kickboxing. And I've studied Kung Fu systems. I'm telling you now, the kickboxing was hard training. I'm telling you now, the kickboxing was very good and to the point, good basic punching, kicking, moving around. But it's nothing compared to the Kung Fu, really, because it's so shallow. What do I mean? And I was saying, what do you mean? You're going to learn all these Kung Fu forms and weapons and tiger and everything. You can't fucking do all that in a fight. Fair enough, you can say what you want to say, but all of that knowledge, all of that knowledge, right, helps, it helps you on the whole. Kung Fu teaches you about life to apply any simple technique so much more effectively. So, when we're talking about a kick, let's say, like Demsley asking me about high kicks and that, what do I think about it? Because people putting high kicks down and blah blah blah. I'm not going to stand there and tell you high kicks are great, or you get yourself thrown on your ass, or you're slipping over. I'm not going to say, they're always good. I'm not going to say they're shit either, though. What I'm trying to say is the physicality of who is practicing them. If you are just someone who just does a bit of kickboxing every week, or this or that, or you do some sparring and you're not confident in it, I would advise you, you might win, you might be good at kicking high and catching people off guard, and you might win still. But I'm just saying, it's not exactly that. The thing is, Kung Fu teaches you for the physical training. And I know you might argue now, it might be very difficult to find a good teacher or a good school. And what kind of Kung Fu? We're talking about Shaolin, what? I don't know. Many people opt for like Taekwondo and stuff like that, Karate Taekwondo for like kicking. But all I'm saying is, kicking high is the same as anything. You've got to be able to catch them off your guard. The legs are the most powerful weapon in the body, in the human body really, in terms of the power they can deliver. When you kick high, you lose your balance on the other leg. You're open to being taken down from that. But you should never be open in your attack, otherwise there's no reason to attack. You're doing it for total defence. You don't have to pay 50 to spare that 50, you still got 50 spared, you know what I mean? You want to keep your 100 and let them fucking give you 150, you know? That's what it is. And then them lose their money and you still don't lose any of yours. That's what it basically is. You've got to be able to flow around their structure, or more better, when that's like, you've got to flow around their structure like they're not even fucking there, and pick them off when they're not fighting. And then, when they are fighting, it's the same thing, you're flowing around their structure and picking them off as though they're not fighting. You don't walk straight up to a fight face on and just throw some ridiculous moves, high kicks and stuff, or trying to swing punches, see all this street fighting and that, and say, who's brave and that, or overcome your fear of fighting and all this shit, Well, fighting's ridiculous. Kung Fu doesn't teach you to be an idiot. It teaches you to avoid violent confrontations and protect yourself from the nasty fucking evil in life. Big respect, again, I'm a fan of ninjutsu, but I want to say big fan big respect to, what's his name, Soke, I can't pronounce it right, Soke, or Sensei, Masaki Hatsumi. Masaki Hatsumi from the Bujinkan, ninjutsu school. I feel he's a real example of a master. In this day and age, 2014, he's older now, but I love that photo. Densley sent me a picture of him, okay? And this picture here, it says, he's an older guy now, he's an expert. He says, I'm not teaching you how to fight, I'm teaching you how to control evil. That's what we are really doing here. Okay, I'm not teaching you how to fight, I'm teaching you how to control evil. That's what we're really doing here. And most of the time we would say that we're controlling ourselves to be a force of good. You don't learn to control anything as such, but the thing is, I love the way he said that, because by being a force of good and being invincible and being like the ninja being unseen and untouchable basically, and very accurate in your application of technique through the physical training you've done, through trusting in various arts and not sticking to one simple way, everything becomes easier, and you will be controlling the negative, that's what I should say, So it won't be controlling you, that's what I should say. You'll have the ability to, basically control it, even if you're not controlling people are teaching. It's like they're avoiding you, they're missing you, I should say. With every strike they're trying to throw at you, even their thoughts are not even going to hit you directly on, you know what I mean? You're like the wind, their arrows just can't hit you, you're just off another angle. And it's like, you just position yourself ever so slightly off the angle or such, you know what I mean? So that they're going in another direction. And then eventually they will learn that how calm you are and how tired they are by trying to attack you. And things like, a high kick should be nothing, it should be like, you're not exerting energy. Let me give you an example, right? Fuck me. I'll give you an example right now. This is just one example. This is on the physical level. I'm not comparing. You take an MMA fighter, right? Some of these guys are really good, fair enough, and they probably do really good and learn really well. So you take an MMA fighter, someone who's training in the gym, or say, for example, I don't want to compare MMA, I'm just going to say, or someone who just does basic, kickboxing, let's say, and you get them to train like Kung Fu forms, Tai Chi form, Bagua, anyway, Qigong, or Chinese Kung Fu forms and things like that. Let's say, for example, and you get them to train, really train, and the physicality, the stretching, everything, the training, it will be so hard for them in the beginning, very, very difficult. But if you get a Kung Fu guy, someone who does Kung Fu, that person will find the kickboxing or the basic stuff, that stuff so easy. And also, you will see, you'll see more music. In the studying simplicity, more doors will be open to you, the same as studying the more complex world too. But it's not just the mindset of how to use a certain move, a punch or a kick. Kung Fu is a different kind of training, it's a different kind of book, it's a different kind of basically it's like eating food. You can eat junk food all day, I'm not saying the other stuff junk food, that's what I'm saying. If you have a healthy lifestyle, let's say you can have this diet or that diet. This diet is called Kung Fu. You eat that every day. It will affect your body. This is another diet. You eat that every day, and that will do something else to your body. So the mind, the logic, the feeling, the application, how you use it. So of course, I know maybe it's hard for you to understand. Only the people that probably the only people who've done Kung Fu will probably understand what I'm saying. I'm not even every one of them. But it's like, I understand what I mean, you understand what you mean. Do what you do. If a technique works, if you use a technique in a situation and it works, then that technique has worked for you today. But it's not that. Kung Fu teaches you it's everything is nothing, nothing is everything, as I always say. It's not that, it works, that means I can use it in every technique, every situation. No. Well, it doesn't mean that, it's impossible, you know what I mean? It's nothing. What you did today was something. You've won. You've used your kick to defend yourself, let's say, your high kick. But you've got to realise it wasn't you, it wasn't the technique or study from your kickboxing school or your Kung Fu school or whatever, and this technique works if you do it right. No, it's nothing. It's like a gun on the table. This thing is nothing really, it is what it is. a certain angle, someone turning their head on an angle, and you deliver that movement of your body. You're a human being, like blood, skin, and that's what's happened today. So you learn to value life and see the true things. Don't just live in a dream world. I'm in a suit today, I'm better than everybody else. Or I'm in a monk's robes, or I've got my black belt today, karate, whatever, you know what I mean? It's not that at all. It's, you know what I mean? It's like the sword, it's the person who wields the sword. It's your body and your mind who uses that. Martial arts teaches you reality. It's not teaching you to put a kung fu suit on and say, yeah, I'm the kung fu, I'm fucking magic man. It's not about that at all. You know, it's the same way that MMA people go around with this ego. Let's say, for example, not everyone, but going around with tattoos or whatever. I know some people have tattoos, fair enough, respect it. But there's some people go around with this ego, yeah man, I'm going to fucking knock him out and all this, in their street gear, whatever. For example, and that's ego. It can be the same in Kung Fu or karate schools, Kung Fu school, any traditional martial arts school. Muay Thai even, they're going around in a suit, let's say, and saying, yeah man, this is what we do, and blah blah blah. It's like McDonald's, KFC, fucking, you know what I mean? That's not the true essence, the real essence of Kung Fu. Like monks, let's say, Shaolin monks or Buddhist monks. Persian is in Chinese, but monks when they wear the robes, I'm a monk, I'm wearing a robe. No, you have to live the true. You've got to believe it in your heart. Not believe in something or tell yourself to believe. It's just you know it. You're looking at this video now. You're sitting there. Breathe. Can you feel your breath? Your body now. Close your eyes. Think of your mother. Can you see your mother in your mind, Okay. You can pick up that cup in your hand. Can you feel the water in the cup? Don't spill it, Drink it, feel the taste in your mouth. It's real fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? You walk outside, you can feel the wind blowing from whichever way. Do you hear the grass up at your feet, for example? You can stand up, you're walking on ice, don't slip. You know what I mean? But what happens is you go through life and you learn so much bullshit, so much rubbish, and you confuse yourself, and people just don't know what's wrong, what's right, what's the right way of doing it, what's effective, what's this or that. Yeah. If your mind's not flexible, your body's not flexible, flexible, I don't just mean flexibility, I mean flexible in that, and also every area, you don't train as multiple ways as possible, and train as much and study all areas of your life, then you'll have less chance of understanding. So, you might say, I'm very flexible. I can kick high. I've got good awareness. I do sparring. I do kickboxing, so I move around, and I've even done dancing and fucking street dance and ballet. I don't care what. But Kung Fu, we're talking about Kung Fu styles. It's the beauty of Kung Fu styles, and everything that branched out from the Kung Fu styles into other systems like Ninjutsu, Taijutsu, then into Hapkido again, whatever, Taekwondo, Hapkido, Aikido, the Japanese styles, Korean styles. It's all flown out, and you can find it. If you go back to the root though, you'll see it gets more and more deep and more true. The Chinese style, the animal styles, the Hongdo, whatever, Wing Chun, Yung Chun Kai, Tai Chi, you've got Bagua also, but Bagua's more modern. But you know what I mean? It's all teaching you the truth. Qigong and the philosophy, even just the reading, the ideas. It's like the belief, the true beliefs you find in certain religions, let's say. Not necessarily any, but let's say, for example, Buddhism or some religions are talking about peace in life. But what you do is you go, not just, I practice a religion or I practice a belief. You practice what the fuck. It's not practicing you, you're not even true to yourself. It's what you're thinking as a human being and what's true in your heart. Then, what you do, if it's good and if it's effective, it will be Kung Fu, basically. That's it. But if you say the words Kung Fu, it just doesn't give you the idea. Now you don't compare it to MMA, or what the fuck out there, MM fucking KFC. So for example, whatever you want, what's the next new thing coming up, you know what I mean? So the moonwalk, you know what I mean, for example, what the next fucking top fucking stars out there, the rankers, that's what I'm saying. Yeah? The truth, Jackie Chan said, everything is coming through. That's what it's about. But if you don't practice the physicality, you don't train like some of these essences, like traditional styles, which are like hard to fucking find good teachers in schools now, but if you don't know, you just would never know. And there's so many skills and techniques hidden within the forms and the training methods of Kung Fu system and traditional arts that are just so deep, and they will bring out the best in you. It's the same way as like Aikido, for example. You can find similar moves in Aikido, Hapkido, Ninjutsu, Taijutsu, fucking Tempo, even Karate and Taekwondo schools, and the different methods in the schools too. You find a lot of those locks and things and flows, and how to flow with the leverage when someone's grabbing on you from behind, and throw downs and different kind of moves. But you can find a lot of that coming from like Tai Chi and Bao Roi, so I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of the moves are very similar, but it's like how you apply them. It's very simple, but it's like they're very deep within them. If you didn't study the science, if you really didn't study very hard, you won't have a clue. You think, how's that tough guy chucking that guy down, or how's that guy going to deliver that shot? Yeah, that's a Western kind of old attitude what we used to have. When, power, and it's not that. That's the wrong mindset. You can't have the mind. The mind comes from the experience in your life. Kung Fu is talking about that. So that's your attitude to life. That's come from your experience in training. So if you go into a million fights and you get bust the fuck up or you win them, you will have a lot of experience in fighting. But it's like, or this or that, whatever it might be in your life. But Kung Fu is talking about the training, developing yourself, feeling the truth, feeling the balance. The better you become, the better, I don't want to say better fighter, but a better human being you'll become. Fighting should be nothing. You're used to avoiding negativity, and you can see all the open doors very easily. And the physical, because it's mind and body, you'll be able to flow in certain ways very, very effectively. I'm speaking shit now. If you're watching this video, maybe I'm talking shit. And maybe you will never know. But if you don't train, or if you're unlucky to say so, if you're able to train someone, learn something, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm happy to share my little bit of understanding on the video, but it's not exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being so deep and refined. Being able to kick from any angle, off that, distance, engaging like a ball, as I said, all around you. So your thoughts and your actions become like nothing. It's just a feeling. And nothing is, let's say, even though you are reacting, obviously, but you're not being forced into an action. You are just calmly moving around and feeling as though you're not moving. Things are just happening. Those kicks will be able to be delivered. Not just from a basic fighting stance, or like the same way you shouldn't be exerting yourself, in my opinion, going to grapple someone and take them to the ground. Do whatever you need to do to win, fair enough. I understand that philosophy, as I say. You can only do what you know, fair enough. But do high kicks work in a fight? They can do, yeah. Anything can work as long as you make it work for yourself. It depends on your logic, which comes from your experience in training under which certain styles, and then your physique and the way you move. Okay? But don't just stand there and try to throw a high kick like you saw Jet Li, Jackie Chan, or Tony Jaa do, or what I'm saying in a fucking video. That's not what I'm talking about. The person should not be able to read them. If you find it so hard to just curl into a ball, give a scorpion back kick to a funny angled knee, if you ain't got that physicality, that depends on your physical training, what you've done. You don't practice this kind of monkey kung fu or mantis, some weird stuff. You think it's a load of old bullshit. Let's say, for example, about people that have trained those skills, let's say a master who's trained that their whole life, they might be able to beat a fucking street thug or someone on the street more effectively, or with certain attacks, you see what I'm saying? They would certainly do well. Masters of Kung Fu, full stop, so real masters, would beat your so-called fucking masters of MMA, let's say, for example. I'm not putting MMA down. That's a ring sport with rules. I'm not saying the brutality of Kung Fu on the street, no rules. I'm just saying the actual application of the thing. What's got to stop right now is all this bad mouthing across different styles. I can't keep putting MMA down, or Kung Fu this or that. There's got to be that differentiation. You've got to see that Kung Fu and these ring fighting sports are not what it's about. The same way as you must separate the fighting and Kung Fu and martial arts, basically. Because fighting is what we're training in it, obviously, but it's like you've got to train the best you can be before you can do anything in life. Kung Fu teaches you to win. To win, full stop. The essence of Kung Fu, I don't want to say the Chinese word or Kung Fu or whatever, the meaning is going across to all of the ancient traditional martial arts, even the stuff influenced like Japan and Korea. Okay? But what I'm saying is, it's basically saying protect yourself, live a healthy life. But all this ring fight is not healthy. Any fucking ego for money, that's not healthy. So it's so deep. We're just talking about one kick. Then Densley asked me, one high kick, is it useful in the street? What do you think? Well, have a try anyway. No, don't have a try. I'm just trying to say, you know what I mean? Next time you lose, study the way you lost. Or hopefully you won't be in the situation where you lose your life. Let's say next time you're training with your partner or something. I remember a good friend online, one of my friends, Mark. Mark said to me a long time ago, when he saw one of my videos, about 8 years ago or something, I was training outside in the snow and I was like kicking a tree, doing some simple punching and kicking, and Mark said to me, he said, look at what that tree is doing to your balance, Richard. And it was such a good lesson. What a rooted tree, and so beautiful too, the way he said it. But it's true. You know, you're exerting yourself and you're putting yourself on balance and you're swinging yourself around. You've got to find where that root is. When you feel the root in the centre, you'll feel where you're going off balance with your actions in life. So that's what it's about. How well you fight is how well you are able to not fight. Stand still. That's what I should say. You learn stillness before you learn movement. Otherwise, you'll never learn stillness. You'll always be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You'll be all over the place. Next time you're training, or training in the mirror slowly, or next time you're training in any way, or with someone, be careful and just look at your balance. The balance will teach you a lot. The centre, the balance, okay? In terms of the physical training. Next time you feel tight or this angle is a bit funny, you start to realise you need to stretch more in that angle and be more stretchy, flexible and do more exercises and things. In the physical Kung Fu forms and that, you find a lot of complexity. I'm not saying they're beautiful and for show, but you'll find a lot of styles, and some are more simple, but some of them have got different methods. We're talking about bigger movements anyway in this video, right? Flexible stuff like the kicking and stuff anyway. So that's why I'm answering this. Do I mean you must kick to the head or do more big flashy movements? No way. I love my Wing Chun, as I say, Yung Chun, a bit of basic Tai Chi, right? All that. I love Aikido too, I love basic Ninjutsu, for example. But it's like, you just work what works for you in that position, I'm trying to say. But you can't put stuff down. There's beauty to be found in anything. And MMA could be applied beautiful in real life in a certain situation. Even though I hate it, But wasted energy is wasted energy. Fighting is fighting. These two things are fucking wrong. What level can you bring yourself up to in your physical and mental? That's what Kung Fu is talking about. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, thank you generously. Okay, any more questions? If anybody has any questions, you can just ask me anytime. I would love to share just my little bit, okay? But do be careful with high kicks. Know your angles. Don't try and exert yourself if you're not that flexible. You look at the Taekwondo, Hapkido, or experts, excuse my language, who are done with a real good martial artist. You see the elastic blast of that kick, it shoots up like nothing, like the wind, it comes so high, boom! It's not just standing there, muscle, it's going on that, it's just really, it's just throwing around, when it's going, watch them, go and watch some old videos, you see the difference, watch them, I can't say his name properly, Wang Jang Lee, the guy, Korean guy, the 1970s, oh my god, people ain't got a clue. Kung Fu is not talking about the punch or the kick, or that, let's say a robotic or mechanical robot man. It's not how he would punch, how he would kick, no. He's talking about the electricity, jolt of electricity inside that to give the power. That's what we're talking about, not about the computer. We're talking about the electric in the computer. That's what Kung Fu is talking about. Not the external, but the internal, the power inside. If you don't train in a certain way, you'll never cultivate that power. And the same for the mind. So you never have that belief, that energy in your mind to even think such ridiculous thoughts, right? So I'm going to stop this now, okay? Just be real in yourself. And however you train will be that. The more you think open-mindedly and on different levels of the body, the more you will learn about what you can do. But you can't take what you believe you can do and try to do things in certain situations. The trying is the wasted effort, as Steven Seagal would say, you know what I mean? You've got to find what works, look for peace. How you train will, block in and different reactions and how to move around. That's your training in the classes. Control calmly and train your reaction. No matter how hard you train, good, your speed, your reaction, that's training so that you'll have reactions on a certain day, in your life if you ever did need it, say, in a fighting situation. Always trying to avoid negativity. It's like, if I can shoot somebody with a gun, why can't I run away? The kick in the leg is also a long level, right? That's what we're in. So keeping them at bay, fair enough, So you're using things for the right reasons. You wouldn't turn your back on someone who's close enough to kill you with a knife, would you? You run. You know what I mean? Or you try and do whatever, But martial arts is realistic. You can't joke around and say, what can I do? Or do this or do that. No. You're wasting your energy. Maybe you can kick fast, you can kick high, kick powerful. You practice breaking boards all day. I see these Kyokushin karate tournaments with taking the blows and Muay Thai, but it's not the point. Train hard, train to deliver those shots, train that. But Kung Fu will teach you something more deeper. It will teach you that you don't need as such just that. That's like the fucking end. That's the last thing you need. You've got nothing I can do. And it's like it teaches you in a way. It's almost like jumping off a building, killing yourself when you have to exert that amount of energy to beat someone. You have to pay. So he will let you punch him, but it's like you've got to pay money every time you punch him. One day you'll be hungry again, because you've beaten everybody down. You didn't really learn a lot. And you'll kind of feel kind of hollow. It's like these people who've been in fighting tournaments their whole life and stuff. It's like it's kind of hollow, you know what I mean? There's nothing you got from it. But Kung Fu will teach you a lot. Even if you never get into a fight, you will learn so much in your life from training. So be strong in yourself through being patient, observant and open-minded. Physical training. Kung Fu is no fucking joke. You train it all. You train the kickboxing, you train all that fucking stuff. All in there. But it's like the physical, the truth speaks for itself. You're not just in that fighting stance there on certain angles and come on man, and letting them know what you're going to do. I'm going to kick up high. No, it's ridiculous. You take you off balance maybe, or you might not do a lot of power. You've got to generate that power, and you've got to be flowing like the wind, and push out. You don't know what I'm talking about. You're going to go now, you're going to watch MMA or kickboxing fights. I'm not talking about that. Or even Tony Jaa's film or whatever. I'm saying you go and watch some old 1970s old Kung Fu films. Don't look at how fucking stupid you might think it is old. Look at the physicality of these people. Look at how they're moving. And not how he's beating 3 people and Tiger. I don't mean that. I'm saying look at how he does. Look at his body, the way he's moving. Look at the people, how they're moving around. Or some old footage. That's the only thing you can do. Because you will never understand if you don't train your body. Or if not, if you don't do that, then at least be open-minded more and train very deeply. Stand on a rock or something, or some brick, a big brick or so, stand with one leg and try kicking from different angles. You'll be falling all over the place. I believe that, even if you're an MMA expert, say. You take MMA expert, big bulky ones, and get them to do ballet, they have trouble. You take a ballet person and get them to do Wing Chun, they have a lot of trouble. You see? Kung Fu is teaching you all of that. It's teaching you all of that. You don't even need to do that. You just train from the inside and let it slowly develop out like a tree, going up, and you learn a lot. And everything is, the nature is what it is. It's not you're working hard, it just is what it is. It's always fucking there. Nothing can touch you. And you can do a kick, from any angle, from anywhere. The same way as your hands coming out, your shoulder, bump, elbow, whatever it might be, just coming out at any time. You didn't even need to exert that much energy. That's out. And you don't even need to do it either. When you have to do a certain move and exert yourself, even by actually having to do a move like that, small or big, it's also kind of like in the wrong essence. Yeah? It's not the essence of Kung Fu. You go in the only way you can. My body's got a problem, let's say, I'm fucking, for example, a handicap or something, I can't move in a certain way. But my body can, I'm like not stiff, let's say, if I can throw my body in a certain position, I can slide under that doorway or, roll under that thing, like you see Jackie Chan in a movie, let's say, for example. That could save him if he was in a burning building, because he can actually fucking do that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like the basketball players and stuff who don't apply their stuff into real life, but they're really great on the pitch only, playing the game. You know what I'm trying to say? So the way you move, Kung Fu, if you're really deep and a master, you train at the master level, you'll be training the essences of all kinds of methods, looking into it. Really, and then go in alone, wherever you might be, in a fucking forest or whatever. I'm putting my mind in a dream world maybe, but it's a reality. Behind closed doors, and you'll be training, and all that training, sweating it out, and that will bring you into the reality, and the truth will come to you in real life, and things will seem so much more clear. Like the Matrix, not the spoon that bends, it's you, Matrix, or what do you call it? What you're telling me, I can dodge bullets. He says, no, I'll turn you Neo. No, when you're ready, you won't have to. Things will just move for themselves. The enemy will be like moving in slow motion almost, like bullet time. The philosophy's there. It's like you see the open doorways, or everywhere you go in life, the jobs, you'll see someone coming to attack you, you just see from the angle. Your kick will already be in there. It's like a bow and arrow, straight to the point kick. When you fire a gun or a bow and arrow, it goes straight to the point, right? Wind can knock it off, but fuck that, it goes straight to the point. It doesn't go around the houses. Don't go around the houses. When someone comes to hit you, you're in a fight stance, you step around and then do a kick. That's when you're in the action. You're sure to pick him off any time. You're luring him in, or he's going another way, your kick goes in from a funny angle, your strike. So your kick should be like bow and arrows. If you're not quick, you ain't going to be able to do it. You ain't got the power, it's no good either. And you've got to have the flexibility and the strength and all of that balance. Stop this one here, thanks, keep it real. Thanks, Dennis Leg here. Thank you everybody for watching. Any questions, still ask. Okay, train hard and stay safe.